Trojan Felly, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, I want to do a brief recap of what took place on Sunday. Listen, it was absolutely insane. Every time I turned around, I was having to take my phone off private. Listen, you guys know USCJB kind of informed of some of the situations and had the videos already ready to go, but I had to look at my phone. I was in church, had to look at my phone, went to the gym, looked at my phone, whether to take these videos off private, because look, these guys were coming in left and right. And it seemed like it was like maybe a 3 or 4 hour space in between where these guys were coming in, but USC absolutely dominated. Now, I got to give you guys some thoughts on what I thought took place and how do I think this happened. You guys know I had to do some reflection and I had to go back and I had to think about some of the things that I bring to you guys on this channel, because you guys know I always try to bring you the information that I think is going to always try to look to the future when things happen as to how things will come together. And when they come together, I just kind of want to recap and bring some things back to you. And one of the things I wanted to talk about was when I brought a video to you guys about Aaron Donald possibly becoming a member of the staff. Aaron Donald, you guys know, Pro Bowler type of guy. I said to you guys that this, and by the way, USC moved to the number 3 class in the nation. That's what I want to talk about as well. That's one of the stories. But Aaron Donald, the fact that he was even out there, and I said this, listen, if Aaron Donald even becomes a coach, an analyst, whatever USC sees fit to put him at, I think USC will benefit off of a guy like that. Now, crazy and oddly enough, they had the biggest day of them all. You guys know we have a couple of big days. Spring is a big day. I think we have Junior Day on the spring. And then, of course, you got the June Bash that's getting ready to come up. But the effects of this crawfish bash that took place, you guys know that the NCAA eliminated some of the hotel stays, and USC used to do it up big time. But, man, to have this innovative idea to have an outside crawfish bash, my God, this thing seemed like it was a lot more effective than the hotel, the decorating the hotels. I mean, it was so many recruits, and I heard it was over like 60-something recruits. And you guys know I did a show on Friday, Saturday with Fido and Rusty. He was on my show, and Tim Prangley, he was on my show. And we talked about the guys that were coming in. And I asked those guys, I said, look, how many guys do you think out of these 5-star prospects do we get? And so we kind of dealt with that. I kind of felt like we would get at least a couple because we're bringing these guys in. And then the fact that you got a guy like Aaron Donald. But let me get back to Aaron Donald. And one of the things that I thought about, and I said that even if he's not a coach, if USC, and I'm not even going to say allow, because Aaron Donald's going to be able to come around. You're a Pro Bowl, you're coming around. But if USC were just to bring him on the sideline, even if he's not a coach, I said that was good enough. And lo and behold, what happened? He was on the sideline, and then he had a major endorsement of a guy like Eric Henderson. And one of the things he said, he made a short video. In fact, he was in all of these big-time recruits, Justice Terry, Isaiah Gibson, all these guys. He was in their actual video saying why it's the best move, why Eric Henderson is the best guy that you want to be tutored under, why you want to be trained under, because this guy is going to make you essentially a Pro Bowler. He's going to teach you technique. So Aaron Donald says all this stuff, and then he hooks up and he has a big old handshake with a coach like Eric Henderson. And it's like, wow, this thing is really, really moving and grooving to another level. And now that you see these guys, they flock to him. It's like, why? How can you turn something like that down? I mean, you got to be almost kind of crazy to be like Aaron Donald talking to you, and he's telling you exactly what you could possibly be, tell you the technique that you can actually get, and you're going to turn that down. Man, these guys couldn't resist it. And by the way, we're still waiting on Elijah Griffin. I believe he's going to come and be a part of the team as well. But USC now has established themselves as having the best defensive line, the best defense, right now in the 2025 class. USC is recruiting to a level that, listen, we hadn't been at this level in a long time. And I just want to recap. And for those who are worried about Julian Lewis, we'll talk about that. But listen, here is the actual 2025 class where everybody stands at. USC jumped up 15 spots, which is absolutely incredible. And so now you see them, Ohio State number 1. You see, and the only reason we were at the 15 spots behind was because we had 1 5-star, so at least we were kind of hanging around, I guess. But here you see, let's see, let's go back. Okay, there we go, right there. Let me pause that. Okay, and you see, so number 1, you got Ohio State. Number 2, you got LSU, and USC is sitting right there at number 3. Now, if we get Elijah Griffin, that could possibly put us, I will say, maybe at number 1. We might be able to skip Ohio State, LSU. But then you got guys like well, he's in the 2020 class. I was gonna say Jakeem Stewart. Jakeem Stewart's in the 22 class. So I'm not even gonna mention Jakeem Stewart. But let's look at this though. You see Clemson number 4, number 5, and we know it's very early, very, very early. Notre Dame number 5, number 6 is going to be Bama, number 7 is Florida State, number 8 is Oregon, number 9 is Auburn, and then number 10 you're going to have Tennessee. So those are the top 10 classes. But USC is absolutely moving and grooving. A lot of people just last week, there were some that asked me, they said, Jay, why is it that USC is doing so horrible in recruiting? Now, I got to take you guys back again, because this is 2 years, going on 2.5 years, I guess, now that my channel's been up and operating. And we went through the same thing for 2 years in a row. The year that Malachi Nelson, all those guys, Braylon Shelby, Elijah Hughes, all those guys were there. You got to remember that. You guys remember that March? We were like, man, what's going on? But then all of a sudden, we had the June bash. No, we didn't get Francis. No, we didn't get some of the other guys, but we did get some big-time players, as I stated, like Elijah Hughes, Braylon Shelby, Malachi Nelson, Zachariah Branch, Makai Lemon. We started getting all these big-time guys within this class, and we were able to lock them down. And so the same thing happened in last year's class. It was kind of slow motion. The June bash came, then we were able to secure a lot of guys. Now, this kind of came unexpectedly, because you guys know, as I stated, Eric Henderson is a big part of why this came. And so this was like, wow, Eric Henderson, Doug Belt as well. Doug Belt doing his job on recruiting and making it only popping and only cracking like never before. And then you got Matt Inch, of course. And you got, of course, you got Sean Nua, of course, Lincoln Riley himself. And so now we got a situation where it's absolutely fluid right now as far as the recruiting. USC has got the top 3 players, the top 3 players out of the state of Georgia right now. I mean, they really, really sealing a deal. Now, there were some other ones, other individuals as well that were worried about Julian Lewis. Here's what I'm going to say to you guys about Julian Lewis. And this is him right here. I'm just going to show you his picture. Julian Lewis, you guys know, he's locked, sealed, and delivered with us. And I'm going to tell you why, because yesterday, crazy enough, doing the commitment videos, one of the commitment videos I put up, shout out to my man, USC Priority, who actually, he's actually one of those guys that puts up the post, and he always tags me in it. But I don't know if you guys can see this now, but this is one of the posts, and it's kind of small, but this is one of the posts that we put up. But here's what Julian Lewis said. I think somebody made a comment about, man, what's going on? This is incredible. Julian Lewis said, this is him replying to our post that we put up. He says, I know what's going on. And then he put the fight on emoji. So look, man, listen, if you guys are worried about Julian Lewis, let's stop worrying about it. I know and I understand that it's not locked, sealed, and delivered until these guys sign on the dotted line. And this is even more so why I think that for us, it'll benefit us. I know some people don't like it, but for us, I think that the early signing day in June, the new proposed idea of having it in June, I think it would be fantastic. Like for times like this, get these guys signed around June. We don't have to hear nothing else about this. For us, I think it'd be great. This is why I'm an advocate of it. I know some people aren't, but listen, man, when you start talking about the June bash and the March, we can call it the March bash. We can have 2 of them, man, because I think right now it's go time. We can have the luau, and then we can have another crawfish bash. To me, if it's not broke, then don't fix it. Do the luau, do the crawfish bash. This has got to be the greatest crawfish bash in the history of America. I've never seen a crawfish bash like this. I had pictures. I meant to put some of that video up, but I had video from it, pictures. They had the tent going. They had a lot of people there, more than 60-something recruits, and it was straight up go time, and the atmosphere and the environment was incredible. It was so conducive. I mean, everybody was just enjoying themselves, man. Everybody was lost in the crawfish sauce. And I got family from Louisiana, And when I go out there, man, I'm telling you, crawfish is one of the things that I absolutely love, man. Louisiana has some of the best food. And whoever it was, they had a little video. Somebody was shaking that pepper, that season on that crawfish, man. And I'm telling you, that looked like it was incredible. Those players got lost in the crawfish sauce. Listen, they don't have the hotels anymore, but they literally got lost in the crawfish sauce. They couldn't get the hotel decorated, but they found an innovative idea, a simple way, old school way. Look, let's just have a backyard, a picnic. Let's just lay the blankets out. Let's just get it on and popping, on and cracking. And the recruits absolutely loved it. Then the players were able to come on over at the practice and join everybody else, man. So look, man, that is what is taking place. And let's take a look real quick at some of these guys. The video, the names rather of some of the guys that we got, just to kind of recap some of the guys that we got, because it was an absolute phenomenal day, man. I don't know the last time USC absolutely had a day like this, but look at here. This is Justice Terry. You guys know, 5-star prospect, number 13 player in the country, number 2 player at his position, and number 3 player in the state. And then you had Isaiah Gibson, of course, and then you had let me go back. And so you had and then you had Isaiah Gibson as well, man. So all of these players, man, I think it's go time, man. You see the big time safety that we got as well. Hilton Stubbs, Drake Stubbs. It is just unbelievable. That guy is a hitter. He's absolutely insane the way he plays with his head cut off, but like running like a chicken with his head cut off. But I think USC is in some very good shape. The whole feel around this program, we hadn't been at this level in a while, man. I'm just going to be honest with you. And once again, I got to salute Coach Lincoln Riley for taking the necessary steps and doing his due diligence, doing what he has to do to not only do the necessary research for the proper guys to get each coach-wise, but just having the courage, having the guts to call it what it is and say, look, man, I've done it my way long enough, but now I'm about to do it the right way. Everybody's got to go. Even though I was attached to some of the guys, like I lost my thought of the coach. But anyway, I was a big fan of his, but not Odom, not Grinch, but the other coach. You guys know Roy Manning. I had a brain freeze. But, Lincoln Riley saw the best thing to do was to just totally detach. And as a result, now USC is in a prime position to be one of the best defensive teams in the country and have one of the best defensive staffs in the country. Listen, I'm out of here, man. Until later on, everybody stay blessed. You guys already know I record this stuff the night before. So at the time I'm recording this, it's not another video coming out. I did about 5 videos yesterday for commitment videos. If you guys haven't seen those videos, go back and watch those videos, man. At the time I'm recording this, nothing else has came forth. So look, man, you guys will see this in the morning. So until later on, everybody stay blessed. Don't forget, make sure you get up, get out, and make some things happen. Fight on, fight on, fight on.